With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on our home team. On the Falcons sideline, head coach Raheem Morris. His guys ready to get this one going. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys also found in their opener a week ago, so we got a couple of teams here desperately trying to avoid that 0-2 start. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Penix. Under pressure, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Penix. Under pressure, they got him again. More than 1 defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning, and I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Irving. Skirts by him at the 35. Past the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Bucky Irving, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Winston now. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, you think about what it's taken to get to this point. The Giants and the Jets, obviously historic franchises, shared the stadium for years, never felt fully right. Well, now you got 2 New York teams with 2 different homes. And this team in Brooklyn, I'll tell you what, walking in, seeing the excitement on the fans' faces, they are ready to embrace a team here in Brooklyn. And this should be a fun experience to watch unfold. Get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They'll go play action here with Penix. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jamel Dean right there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
First down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another Falcons first down.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Penix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Penix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. A nice little juke. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 75 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
At the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
That's another Brooklyn first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. You talk about this Falcon defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons. 6-yard.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Irving is into the end zone. Touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And looking to throw, Penix. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Off the play fake, Winston. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Irving. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Winston. To the sideline and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he couldn't get it to check off. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That one deep for London. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Irving. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 111 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Play action now. Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
On the coverage.
To throw, Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That's good.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Winston. And that will be incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
Patterson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Robinson on a give right side. Shoves him aside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the shotgun, it's Penix. That ball caught. It's Rice. And all the way down to the 5. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
First and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Visitors 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Irvin. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Irvin. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
At the Falcons' 36-yard line.
A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's Winston. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me,
oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a battle.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To the air, Penix. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Penix working out of the gun here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw here. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And the Falcons, 1st down. It's a gain of
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Penix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Touchdown! Rashee Rice, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Now Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Winston now. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Winston. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Patterson's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. So these 2 teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
Our tour around the NFL starts now with a tough matchup in the NFC. Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. And it's the Rams quarterback, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Rams get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston, looking in on the Texans as they host the Tennessee Titans. And here is Joe Mixon. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. One more to tell you about. We go to Jacksonville, the Jags taking on the New Orleans Saints. And it's the former number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence. This is one of the best runs from a quarterback you're going to see all year. Off he goes. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all
Still
assignments
first
were
down.
covered that they end up running themselves out of time.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start
Delay
a
of
drive.
game. Offense.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to
Still
do
first down.
is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start
Delay
a
of game.
drive.
Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hit 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards.
Still first down.
On the ground, it's Irvin. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. Now Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles and they've changed plays when they see certain sets? A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Now Hill to return it. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
They'll throw with Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They go play action. Winston. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They bring their punter out there now. as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this returnable for Hill. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. And looking to throw, Penix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Bates' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down at 7. Jameis to throw it. That's caught. Emeka Buka. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
It's a gain of 8. And a Brooklyn 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Irvin. Taken down at the 42. Decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Winston. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Penix. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So possession goes over here on the punt. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Play action now. Winston. And his throw here is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
That's good. We're up Brooklyn. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'll run. This is Irving. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Down and 11.
To throw is Winston. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 112 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Falcons 1st down.
Robinson up the middle. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
At the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Powering forward. And out of bounds right around the 20.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Falcons.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd down and 12. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Bates' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Falcons' 47-yard line.
Here's Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. Stiff-armed him. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Winston. To the left side, he's got McMillan. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Here's Winston. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
A 6-yard loss.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to get the lead up to 4. Patterson's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 141 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to...
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To the air, Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Here's 3rd and 7.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Penix. They'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. And 8-yard pickup. First down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Handoff now to Robinson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A run with Irvin. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Down at the 4-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bucky Irving, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
the 40-yard line.
Here's Penix. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They are going for it. Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Robinson try and run. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. Got a man. It's London. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 148 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. On the bootleg, it's Penix. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 50 yards. And the Falcons use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw with Penix. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game.
Score, Falcons 43. Our home team 40.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Winston readies the offense. Down by a field goal. Less than 90 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Now Winston. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Winston. And this one's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Winston to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, here's Robinson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. They knew how to quiet this rival stadium, Charles. I mean, not only did they get the win, but they get the win by taking the lead in the fourth quarter to hand their division opponent a big loss.
And they're elated, and they should be, because they did exactly that. Went to a rival's house and stunned them, and did it with a fourth quarter comeback. And every team in the league prides itself on controlling the fourth quarter. It's even more difficult when you don't do it at home against a division rival.
So for the Falcons, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.